Welcome to my channel. I hope we are all healthy. Before the all-new generation of large all-electric SUVs came into existence, prospective shoppers in the segment had minimal choices regarding certain characteristics. They could either opt for a powerful or relatively fuel-efficient SUV, but not both. The introduction of the large, three-row of crossovers, one of which is the unique in many ways Rivian R1S, finally provides the luxury of having both. For a 7,000-pound, 200-inch long behemoth, the 2025 Rivian R1S Gen 2 is surprisingly potent and quick off the mark, as well as correspondingly capable of embarking on long-distance trips with no range anxiety affecting its owners. Needless to say, the adventure-focused California-based EV automaker offers the R1S in different configurations with diverse ranges and price points to accommodate varying degrees of adventuring needs and other everyday requirements. The 2025 Rivian R1S comes in either dual, tri, or quad motor setups, all with exclusive all-wheel drive, for different sets of tunes, and no fewer than 5 different range estimates. Let's take a look at what each of the available 2025 Rivian R1S models provides in terms of power and range, as well as how much each of the particular privileges costs. Dual standard range, 270 miles MSRP, $75,900. The entry-level 2025 R1S, dubbed the dual standard, is powered by a dual motor setup capable of generating 533 horsepower and 610 pound-feet of torque, more than enough for most drivers, especially since 0 to 60 time clocks in at 4.5 seconds. However, with only 270 miles of range on a single charge, the standard 92.5 kWh battery pack trails behind the other available options within the Rivian portfolio, and those of most of its competitors too. Rivian's pricing for this performance tier begins at $75,900, excluding destination and other applicable charges. Dual large range, 330 miles MSRP, $82,900. Opting for the large 109.4 kWh battery pack powered model will extend the range of an R1S by a meaningful 60 miles to 330 miles total. Percentage-wise, that translates to around 22%. But wait, it's even better. The 22% range extension is accompanied by less than a 10% increase in pricing, making the large model a no-brainer compared to their entry-level counterparts. Furthermore, the power output also gets a boost via a software tweak as the large battery pack unlocks the full dual motor setup's potential of 665 horsepower and 829 pound-feet of torque. Acceleration follows suit as 0 to 60 times drop from 4.5 seconds to 3.4 seconds. Dual max range, 410 miles MSRP, $89,900. The max upgrades the 109.4 kWh battery pack to a 141.5 kWh unit, and consequently raises the total expected range to 410 miles. The pricing, meanwhile, increases by $7,000 compared to dual large R1S. The horsepower ratings, meanwhile, remain at 655 ponies. The same goes for the acceleration. Surprisingly elegant and versatile for a 7,000-pound three-row SUV, the Rivian R1S is one of the top choices for adventure-oriented enthusiasts seeking a capable off-roader and daily family hauler, all in one. It's been remarkable to witness the Rivian brand come to life and evolve since its founding in 2009, and the quality of their product continues to improve each year. Such is the case with the 2025 Rivian R1S Gen 2. The large all-electric SUV received a host of upgrades this year, including significant improvements in performance and battery life, as well as a redesigned user interface with a particular emphasis on audio. So, let's take a deeper dive into some of its pros and cons. New battery packs and more range. The 2025 Rivian R1S introduces an all-new battery chemistry for its trio of battery packs, reducing their capacities without significantly impacting range. The standard battery pack is now a smaller 92.5 kWh unit, down from the previous 106 kWh, but still provides the same 270-mile range with a 200 kW maximum charging capacity. The large 109.4 kWh battery pack replaces the 135 kWh unit and offers up to 330 miles of range, with a 220 kW maximum charging rate, a slight drop from the 352 miles offered the previous year. Finally, the 2025 Rivian R1S now features a 141.5 kWh max battery pack, replacing the outgoing 149 kWh unit. The maximum charging rate remains at 220 kW, as does the range of 410 miles. Wide array of models and performance choices. While the dual-motor setup paired with a standard battery pack continues to deliver the same 533 horsepower and 610 pound-feet of torque, upgrading the battery packs now instantly yields 665 horsepower and 829 pound-feet of torque, something that required a special performance upgrade back in 2024. All new for 2025. The tri-motor setup places two electric motors on the rear axle, while one drives the front wheels. This setup pairs exclusively with the max battery pack and generates an impressive 850 horsepower and 1,103 pound-feet of torque. Coming later in 2025, the range-topping quad-motor setup raises a ludicrous 1,025 horsepower and 1,198 pound-feet of torque, which is 215 horsepower and 290 pound-feet, more than the 2024 quad-motor R1S. More importantly, each of the four electric motors in quad models drives a separate wheel, providing power at all times and greatly improving the R1S's off-road capabilities. Much like front and rear differential locks in conventional gas-powered rock crawlers. Subtle yet premium cabin. Much like Tesla, Rivian takes a minimalist approach to designing the interiors of its models. Design cues are traditional, with plenty of right-angle bends across the dash and center console, as well as leather inserts and wood accents. Everything else is contemporary, however, as the R1S heavily relies on touchscreen displays. With no physical controls to speak of, the traditional approach quickly turns into a futuristic one. While some might not appreciate the overly contemporary solution, there is much to love about the cabin in general. All three rows are filled with premium materials, and there is plenty of space for both passengers and their cargo. Contemporary and retro design. The Rivian R1S makes a bold statement with its striking design, blending contemporary elements with nods to classic off-road icons. Its bold, angular silhouette and distinctive front fascia set it apart, giving it a menacing yet refined presence on the road. The front light bar, paired with vertical headlights, provides a futuristic look that contrasts with the vehicle's rugged, almost utilitarian shape. Reminiscent of old Land Cruisers and Land Rovers, this combination of sharp angles, smooth surfaces, and minimalistic detailing creates a modern tribute to overland vehicles of the past, deserving recognition for its unique approach to blending tradition with innovation. Blistering acceleration. For a 7,000-pound sub with a 200-inch long frame, the 2025 Rivian R1S moves exceptionally well. Even the base model can sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.5 seconds, a feat that most subs can't match. The dual-motor setups equipped with the large and max battery packs accelerate to 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds, while the new tri-motor setup achieves this in 2.9 seconds. And the forthcoming quad-motor R1S is reportedly capable of reaching 60 miles per hour from a standstill in a mere 2.5 seconds. Over-reliance on touchscreens. The disappearance of physical controls in modern cars is becoming more common, especially among focused automakers. Rivian is no exception, so it's not surprising that the R1S relies heavily on touchscreens. While the user interface is intuitive and offers many advanced options that traditional knobs and buttons can't match, and the 15.6-inch infotainment display is impressively large, physical controls are still simpler to use and more accessible for a broader range of drivers. No Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Despite offering some unique connectivity and streaming options, the Rivian infotainment system does not support Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. That seems like a missed opportunity. Increasing cost. Gone are the days of the $70,000 Founders Edition Rivian. As Tesla slashes prices and more affordable three-row electric vehicle alternatives emerge, the 2025 Rivian R1S hits an all-time high price. Base models now start at $75,900, which is $1,000 more than the previous year, while the large and max battery packs cost an additional $7,000 and $14,000, respectively. The tri-motor models start at $105,900, with pricing for the flagship quad-motor R1S models yet to be disclosed. Considering that the 2025 tri-motor already costs significantly more than the 2024 quad-motor models. The new quad-motor R1S is unlikely to be affordable. Final thoughts on the Rivian R1S. The 2025 Rivian R1S Gen 2 is an improvement in many ways over its predecessor. The fledgling California-based automaker has managed to iron out some of its lineups issues more quickly than Tesla did in its early days, but there is still room for improvement. Elegant, refined, and powerful, the R1S plays to its strengths. Its drawbacks, while present, are more annoyances than deal breakers. Overall, the R1S stands out as one of the better, though more expensive, SUVs on the market.